there, everyone! Welcome to my channel Creepy Narratives. Today, I'm thrilled to share more spine-chilling stories that have actually happened to me and others who have experienced these so-called creepy scenarios. These incidents were so eerie, creepy and strange that they had us questioning the very reality that we knew. So, sit back, relax and prepare to be captivated by the enigma of these creepy narratives. Welcome to my nightmare. I think that you're going to like it. Enjoy. Let's start with story number 1. Story number 1. The Unseen Observer. The landscapes of Alabama held a rustic charm, a haven of natural beauty that beckoned exploration. It was amidst these rolling hills and dense woodlands that an encounter took place, an encounter that defied the boundaries of the known and left an indelible mark on the memory of a young girl. The day had begun like any other, a family outing to the local market, an opportunity to connect with the land and its bountiful offerings. As the sun cast its golden rays upon the lush landscape, my family and I set out to gather fresh produce and immerse ourselves in the vibrant energy of the market. As the afternoon sun began its descent, my friend and I found ourselves engrossed in conversation, our focus fixed on the bountiful selection of fruits and vegetables before us. In that moment of shared camaraderie, a sudden interruption shattered the tranquility, a voice calling out to me, a voice that knew my very address. Startled, I turned to find a stranger in a car, his gaze fixed on me with an intensity that sent a shiver down my spine. The man recited my exact address, a familiarity that was both unsettling and disconcerting. It was as if the boundaries of privacy had been breached, and a stranger's knowledge of my whereabouts cast a shadow of unease over the once familiar surroundings. In the ensuing moments, uncertainty clung to my thoughts. Was this man a neighbor, a chance acquaintance who had taken notice of my distinctive appearance? The fleeting encounter left questions unanswered, an unsettling reminder of the vulnerability that comes with living in a foreign land. I felt a blend of fear and curiosity, a yearning to understand the motives behind the stranger's words. Days passed, and the memory of that encounter lingered, a phantom presence that remained in the corners of my mind. The unexpected familiarity with my address, the intensity of the stranger's gaze, and the unsettling nature of the encounter defied explanation. It was a moment that served as a testament to the enigmatic aspects of human connection and the mysteries that reside beyond the veil of the familiar. As time moved forward, the encounter faded into memory, yet its impact remained, an indelible reminder of the thin threads that bind us to the unknown. In the heart of a foreign land, amidst rolling landscapes and rustic charm, I had glimpsed a facet of reality that transcended the boundaries of understanding, a gaze that lingered beyond the veil, leaving me with a sense of wonder and an enduring curiosity about the mysteries that lie hidden in the world around us. Let's go to story number 2. Story number 2. The Persistent Pursuit. The city nights held a sense of adventure, a rhythm of life that pulsed with possibility. Amidst the hustle and bustle, I found solace in a nightly stroll, a brief escape to stretch my legs and clear my mind after a long day. It was a routine that had become almost meditative, a way to disconnect from the chaos and find a moment of peace. One evening, as I embarked on my familiar route, little did I know that this seemingly routine stroll would thrust me into a chilling encounter that would test the boundaries of fear and persistence. The night was alive with the hum of the city, its lights casting elongated shadows that danced along the pavement. My apartment was a mere stone's throw away, the perfect spot for a quick walk to unwind. As I walked, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. The sensation crawled along my skin, a prickling unease that refused to dissipate. My pace quickened as the chill of anxiety washed over me, every step increasing the urgency to reach the safety of my apartment. It was then that I heard it, the low rumble of an engine, a car crawling alongside me with sinister intent. I knew without a doubt that it was him, the man who had marked me with his unwavering attention. The car inched closer, and a creeping dread gripped my heart. He leaned out of the window, his voice carrying through the night air as he recited my address with an unsettling familiarity. My pulse quickened, and I felt the weight of his gaze upon me. "Why are you shy?" he taunted, his voice dripping with arrogance. I refused to engage, to acknowledge his presence. But his words persisted, a sinister invitation that bore into my consciousness. The darkness of the night provided cover for his intentions, and the proximity of the car to my side was suffocating. The fear welled up within me, a tightness in my chest that threatened to overwhelm. I wanted to call for help, to reach for my phone, but the risk of escalation paralyzed me. The streets were quiet, deserted, a canvas upon which this chilling encounter was unfolding. As my heart raced, I found myself increasing my pace, an instinctual response to the growing danger. His words became more aggressive, his anger simmering beneath the surface. "Come on, Pikachu, let me give you a ride," he pressed, his tone a twisted blend of familiarity and menace. The calculated audacity of his words sent shivers down my spine. He knew where I lived, and his proximity was a constant reminder of the threat he posed. The intensity of the situation escalated, my mind racing through scenarios of escape and survival. I considered the option of shouting for help, drawing attention to the unfolding drama. And then, in a moment of sheer desperation, I unleashed a torrent of fury. My voice erupted, rapid-fire curses and threats spewing forth in my native language, a barrage of words he couldn't comprehend. The unexpected outburst seemed to catch him off guard, confusion etching itself across his features. I continued my frenzied tirade, a wild defiance that defied the boundaries of language. It was a gamble, one that I had no choice but to take. The unexpectedness of my response seemed to unsettle him, and as I glanced over my shoulder, I saw the car slowing its pursuit. In a moment of both desperation and hope, I raced ahead, propelled by adrenaline and fear. My friends, who had stayed close, pulled me along, their urgency matching my own. The proximity of the car lingered, its presence a lingering threat that loomed in the shadows. And then, like a guardian angel, another vehicle emerged, its headlights illuminating the street. A couple in the passing car slowed down, their concern evident as they surveyed the scene. The unexpected arrival of witnesses forced the man to retreat, to abandon his chilling pursuit. As the passing car offered to escort us to safety, I couldn't shake the haunting feeling that the threat was far from extinguished. The encounter left an indelible mark, a haunting reminder of the vulnerability that lingers beneath the surface of daily life. The shadows hold secrets, and the night conceals threats that test the limits of our resilience. As I finally reached the safety of my destination, I was left with a profound appreciation for the fragility of existence and the courage it takes to face the unknown. Are you ready for story number 3? Story number 3. The Midnight Directive. The nights were my domain, a canvas of possibilities painted by the city's lights and shadows. It was on one such night that I found myself on the edge of the urban landscape, embarking on a routine patrol with a trusted partner by my side. As a member of the Armed Response Unit, the nocturnal hours often brought forth challenges that tested our mettle and instincts. Seated in the passenger seat of an armed response vehicle, the hum of the city surrounded me as we navigated the streets of a problem-laden estate. Beside me was Adam, a seasoned firearms officer whose experience radiated confidence and calm. The evening was shaping up to be typical, a stolen moped seized, a road traffic collision attended to, until the radio crackled to life, ushering in a new directive that would shatter the tranquility. The voice from the radio was an urgent call to action, a request for units to move swiftly to a particular address on Orchard Road. The words were laced with a sense of urgency, a call to arms that set our hearts racing and our minds into motion. The city was alive with the rhythm of response, the streets a canvas for our coordinated efforts. Adam and I exchanged a glance, our unspoken understanding a testament to the camaraderie forged through years of shared experiences. As we pulled the vehicle to a halt in a nearby car park, our conversation was a rapid dance of strategies and choices. The weight of our gear and the urgency of the situation demanded a precise response, a delicate balance between preparation and urgency. As our radios crackled with instructions, we transitioned to TACOP's one channel, the silence now filled with anticipatory tension. The radio buzzed with the authority of the tactical firearms commander, his words a roadmap to the unfolding mission. The streets stretched before us, a labyrinth of possibilities and perils waiting to be explored. In the span of mere minutes, we were en route to the scene, a symphony of blue lights and determination cutting through the night. The city seemed to blur around us as we navigated the streets, our minds focused on the task at hand. The adrenaline coursed through our veins, the weight of responsibility resting on our shoulders. As we neared the address on Orchard Road, the gravity of the situation settled upon us. The radio buzzed with updates, a series of distress calls and reports that painted a picture of a volatile scene. The echoes of violence and threats hung in the air, a dissonant melody of urgency that underscored the gravity of the situation. Adam and I exchanged a knowing look, the unspoken acknowledgement of the risks ahead. We geared up, each choice a calculated decision to ensure our readiness for whatever lay ahead. The radio buzzed with a call for our attention, an address marred by chaos, a confluence of events that demanded our immediate presence. We arrived at the scene, our vehicles an emblem of response and readiness. The shadows seemed to envelop the area, a cloak of mystery that concealed the unfolding drama. Our steps were measured, our senses heightened as we entered a world teetering on the edge of chaos. The situation demanded precision and resolve, a delicate dance between diffusing the tension and ensuring our safety. As we moved through the scene, the night whispered its secrets, a narrative of danger and uncertainty that pulsed beneath the surface. The air was thick with anticipation, every step carrying the weight of our training and experience. Hours seemed to blur as the night unfolded, our actions guided by the directives of the tactical firearms commander. The situation evolved, each decision a testament to our commitment to upholding order amidst chaos. The night was a battleground of wills, a canvas upon which our resolve was tested and our dedication reaffirmed. As dawn approached, the scene gradually transformed, a landscape of resilience and response. The shadows began to recede, replaced by the first light of a new day. The mission was a success, the threat neutralized, and the city found a moment of reprieve from the turmoil that had gripped its heart. As we returned to the vehicle, the weight of the night's events settled upon us. The radio was a chorus of voices, exchanges of relief and accomplishment that echoed the unity of purpose that defined our mission. Adam and I shared a moment of exhaustion and camaraderie, a bond forged through the crucible of the night. In the heart of the city's nocturnal embrace, amidst the chaos and uncertainties, we had stood as guardians of order. The night whispered its secrets, and we had answered the call with unwavering determination. As we navigated the streets on our way back, I felt a profound sense of pride, a guardian of the night, a sentinel of safety in a world defined by its shadows. Let's continue with story number 4. Story number 4. The standoff unveiled. The night hung heavy with anticipation as our response unit arrived at the scene. Illuminated by police lights, the property before us was shrouded in an eerie silence. Officers lined the streets, forming a barricade of authority against the unknown threat that lay within. As we pulled up to the curb, my heart raced with a mix of apprehension and readiness. The streets were a tapestry of blue and red, a visual reminder of the urgency that had called us here. The situation was fraught with tension, and every officer on the scene played a vital role in maintaining control. With Adam at my side, I exited the vehicle, swiftly engaging in a brief exchange with a response officer who brought us up to speed on the unfolding crisis. With the situation clear, my focus shifted to the property ahead. My breath quickened as I absorbed the details, 2 females inside, one holding the other hostage, the threat of violence palpable in the air. The dog handler and his loyal companion stood poised at the front door, a testament to our commitment to defusing the situation. Our presence added to the symphony of voices that now filled the airwaves. A radio call confirmed our arrival, our readiness to join the fray. As we exchanged information and strategized, the urgency of the situation crystallized before us. The night air seemed to thicken as we took our positions. The air was charged with the energy of anticipation, the weight of responsibility resting heavily on our shoulders. The plan was in motion, the culmination of our training and experience, a coordinated dance of professionals determined to bring order to chaos. With every passing moment, the gravity of our mission grew clearer. As we stared at the property, I couldn't shake the feeling that every choice we made could tip the scales one way or another. We were guardians of peace, standing on the precipice of danger, ready to navigate the unpredictable currents that lay ahead. The voices on the radio provided a constant backdrop to our actions, updates, strategies, and directives that echoed our shared purpose. Adam, the two firearms officers, and I formed a united front, our decisions guided by the careful balance of preparation and urgency. As darkness yielded to dawn, our resolve remained unwavering. We stood united in our commitment to resolving the crisis, our every move calculated to ensure the safety of all involved. The night had been a canvas of tension, painted with uncertainty and the promise of resolution. As the first rays of light began to pierce the darkness, a sense of accomplishment settled upon us. The situation had been diffused, the threat neutralized. Our efforts had transformed a battleground of potential danger into a landscape of order and safety. In the quiet aftermath, I couldn't help but reflect on the significance of our role, the guardians of the night, the protectors of peace in a world that sometimes teeters on the edge of chaos.
Are you ready for story number 5?
Story number 5. Whispers of Desperation. The night was a symphony of shadows and secrets, the city's heartbeat echoing in the distance. As we gathered in the quiet of the night, the urgency of the situation painted the air with tension. Our patrol vehicle hummed with readiness, a silent promise that we were prepared to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The quiet streets belied the storm that was brewing within the walls of a property on Orchard Road. The radio crackled to life, transmitting the call for our attention, a cry for help that cut through the night's tranquility. The city's rhythm was interrupted, replaced by the urgency of our mission. As we arrived at the scene, my heart quickened, and my senses sharpened. The property was surrounded by a maze of police vehicles, their flashing lights a stark contrast against the night. We joined the chorus of officers who had gathered, each of us poised to respond to the crisis that had engulfed the premises. The property stood as a fortress of uncertainty, its doors and windows concealing the dangers that lurked within. My gaze swept over the scene, absorbing every detail, the officers positioned strategically, the cordons that defined the boundaries, the dog van and its handlers standing resolute at the front door. The situation had been communicated to us, a hostage situation, a desperate act of one individual holding another captive. The night seemed to hold its breath, the weight of the crisis tangible in the air. The handler's dog stood at the ready, an embodiment of our collective commitment to resolve the situation without further harm. Our actions were synchronized, our resolve unwavering. The radio was a constant companion, its updates and directives guiding our next steps. As we stood amidst the tension, the unity of our purpose was evident, officers with varied roles and expertise, all working in harmony to bring a resolution to the turmoil. The minutes seemed to stretch, the night embracing the echoes of cries and desperation from within the property. Negotiations were attempted, challenges issued, yet the situation remained unyielding. The darkness seemed to hold the answers, its shadows obscuring the road to resolution. The radio buzzed with updates, an incoming firearms authority, additional ARVs en route, the clock ticking as we navigated the unknown. We stood on the precipice of action, our training and experience guiding us forward. As dawn approached, the crisis began to unravel. The decision was made to attempt entry, an orchestrated dance of precision and readiness. I watched as officers positioned themselves, each role vital to the success of the operation. The enforcer pounded against the door, the sound of desperation and determination filling the air. The door swung open, a gateway to the heart of the turmoil. Officers moved with precision, their commands clear and resolute. The tension reached its climax as the room revealed itself, a tableau of fear and desperation. My gaze locked onto the figures within, a hostage, a knife, and the specter of danger. Time seemed suspended as commands were issued, each word a lifeline to bring the situation under control. The shadows of uncertainty gave way to the light of order, the unity of our efforts evident in the synchronized response. With every step forward, the crisis yielded to resolution. The handcuffed hands, the commands of compliance, the palpable relief that emanated from the once volatile room, all were testaments to our commitment to maintaining order amidst chaos. As I looked around at my fellow officers, I felt a sense of accomplishment. The night had been a battle, a clash between chaos and control, and we had emerged victorious. Amidst the darkness, we had upheld our duty, to protect, to serve, and to restore peace in a world defined by its constant whispers of danger.
It's time for story number 6.
Story number 6. Chasing Shadows. The night was a tapestry of uncertainty, the city lights casting long shadows across the streets. It was late, the kind of darkness that holds secrets and whispers of danger. My girlfriend, Allison, and I were driving home from a friend's house, the echoes of our laughter mingling with the hum of the engine. As the designated driver, I navigated the roads, fully aware of the importance of staying sober. Our route led us through familiar territory, a part of town that wasn't renowned for its safety but wasn't the worst either. The city's duality was evident, gentrification sharing space with less savory elements. We took a shortcut through a dimly lit street, its corners hidden in shadows. As I stopped at a sign, a truck emerged from a nearby road and fell in behind us. I thought little of it at the time. However, my unease grew as the truck continued to follow us. The road was sparsely illuminated, concealing the truck's occupants and intentions. The situation took a disconcerting turn when blue lights suddenly bathed the interior of my car. Police lights. My initial thought was, not again. But something felt off. As I glanced into the rearview mirror, I couldn't shake the strange details that added to my growing apprehension. The police lights were positioned differently than I was accustomed to, not on top of the car but beside the headlights. A small air freshener dangled from the rearview mirror, an incongruous detail for a police officer's car. Even more unsettling, there was no accompanying siren, just the eerie glow of the blue lights. As I continued driving, thoughts raced through my mind. The encounter was not fitting the patterns I knew. I considered pulling over, but the discrepancies I'd observed were too strange to ignore. The truck remained steadfast behind me, and my unease deepened. The streets were dark, and I was cautious about my surroundings. I decided to keep moving, driving slowly and maintaining a heightened state of alertness. The blue lights persisted, and as I pondered the oddity of the situation, I realized that it wasn't just the lights that were unusual. The truck obeyed traffic laws meticulously, a stark contrast to typical police behavior during a traffic stop. The lack of a siren and the absence of a conventional police car design left me with an unnerving sense that something was off-kilter. I knew my rights, and in my state, it was legal to drive to a well-lit area if you were uncertain about a police stop at night. I continued driving, my mind racing, and my pulse quickening. My goal was to reach a gas station, a safer, populated area where I could assess the situation more clearly. The truck maintained its pursuit, and as I neared the gas station, the blue lights suddenly extinguished. The truck's headlights also went dark, signaling an end to the bizarre encounter. It veered off, disappearing into the night. Relief washed over me, but a lingering sense of unease remained. Reflecting on that night, I can't say for certain what danger I evaded. The pieces of the puzzle never quite fit together, the unconventional police lights, the absence of a siren, the peculiar details. I'm grateful that my cautious instincts guided me away from a potentially dangerous situation. The shadows of that night still whisper their secrets, a reminder to trust my instincts and always prioritize safety.